there, I'm Zoe and I play The Sims, and today we are doing a current household update for my Not So Barren Challenge Sims because I need to choose a Gen 2 heir. So, I've been playing these Sims for a while. I've been playing the Not So Barren Challenge since the end of March on my Tumblr, which is linked down below. Also linked down below are the rules, a recap of, I made a recap post of everything I've done in the Not So Barren Challenge for Generation 1. And a poll to vote for the Gen 2 heir. So basically, if you can't be bothered to watch the whole video, just go read the little recap or read the post with the poll on it, because that sort of gives you a tiny little paragraph on each of the heirs. There's 3 of them. But I thought I'd do something more in detail, because I have a YouTube channel, and I thought I'd be able to say, like, you'd be able to actually see the Sims in gameplay for a little bit, and look at their relationships, and look at their skills, and I could talk about why I like them all. It's a little bit gratuitous, granted, but I love these Sims, and I'm really sad to lose 2 of them, because once we go into Gen 2, obviously one of them's going to become the focus, and the other 2 are just spares. So the Not So Barren Challenge was created by Little Sims You Know Always Simming. Most people know this, but I'm just going to go through it. The Mint generation. This is my Mint founder, PepperPatel. This is her very minty house. Can you tell it's the Mint generation? I hope so. And Pepper had to max the mischief and logic skills. She got to the top of the scientist career and is now retired. And she had to complete the Chief of Mischief aspiration, which she did, and then I started her on the Soulmate aspiration because she was married to Candy Bear, sister to Yuki Bear, who lives in Winterberg, the sort of DJ girl. Candy just died just then, for the second time. The first time we seduced the Grim Reaper into letting her live. This is why you should read my Tumblr, because it's a little weird. But yeah, then about 6 hours later, she died for real. And yeah, now she has a little grave out the back. Maybe I'll show you, I don't know. Because it just happened, and it didn't hit me until I looked down in the bar and saw I only had 4 people in my household. I was like, what? And then Aria, one of the kids, cooked breakfast, and instead of making breakfast for 8 people, because when there's 5, like, you have to cook for 8 people because you can't cook for 4, but I only had to cook for 4 because I don't have 5 Sims in my household anymore, and it's a little bit weird, but basically, yeah, the point of this video is that Mint generation is over. Pepper here is not going to die for a while, but she's alone now, and she's completed all her goals, and she's retired, and she's going to have to, pick up a hobby. In the meantime, we have to choose a Gen 2 heir. So Gen 2 is the Rose generation, and basically, the little description is, you had everything you desired as a child, but you were always longing for more. As an adult, you have a hard time committing to relationships as you're so focused on your career. If we had a workaholic trait in The Sims 4, you would have it. You have absolutely no maternal instincts whatsoever, but you still love your child with all your heart. And Little Sims You Know Always Simming have given you 3 traits that your Sims have to have. So they have to be a hot-headed romantic snob, which is great traits right there. That you have to have the serial romantic aspiration and complete it, and you have to get to the top of the politician career. And so Pepper and Candy had 3 kids, asterisks, Pepper and Candy that. Pepper and Candy asterisks, they had 3 kids, and one of them is going to have to, unfortunately, be very unlucky in love. And I want to tell you why, they'd be good for Gen 2S. The oldest sibling is Aria, who's conveniently standing right next to Pepper talking about coffee in this very awkward corner. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for us to end up in this awkward corner, but this is where we are. So this is Aria, and she looks exactly like Candy. Her eyes are slightly glitchy because they're so large. But, yeah, she looks exactly like Candy, which scares me a little bit. Oh, no one likes me. Oh, I'll always love you. She has pretty good emotional control. So, yeah, you can see she has pretty good empathy, pretty good most things. There's no ambitious trait for teens. You can't click the ambitious trait for teens, and I don't know why, but apparently EA doesn't think teens are ambitious. So she would be self-assured and ambitious, but she wasn't allowed to be, so she's a foodie. Just pretend that says ambitious and you'll be fine. She's always been social from, so she was a child. She's always had lots of friends. She's always been very social. She now has the friend of the world aspiration. And basically, whether or not Aria becomes the heir, she's going to go into the politics career. Oh no, she's sad about her mum. Because like I said, she just died. And so none of them are over it. They're still mourning, and I'm going to throw a little funeral. But I thought I'd do this first. But yeah, so she's always been social, and the politics career is perfect for her. She's going to go into it either way. She's going to go into the like the politics side, not the charity side, the very politics side. And she would ace that, and she would 100% throw herself into that because she's ambitious, and she would totally be the whole workaholic thing. And she's the kind of person who would accidentally acquire dates, that she just accidentally end up dating someone but wouldn't spend any time on them. And they'd call her after 3 weeks and be like, yo, we haven't spoken in 3 weeks. Are we still dating? And she'd be like, oh, I'll get back to you on that, but I just have to do this massive work project. And they'd be like, no, don't get back to me on that. And I reckon that's why Aria would end up, accidentally fulfilling the serial romantic. So she'd be purposefully going after the politics career, but sort of accidentally leave people on the wayside, which I feel bad about. Because she's not mean, she's just kind of too, because she just makes too many friends and can't really keep up with them. This is her mum's grave that she's going to come mourn at. It's quite pretty over here, Nita. What is that music? Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you can hear that music, but it was very dramatic. Apparently Alec would like us to talk about him. What does that say? He's going through a very rebellious phase. Oh my gosh. Does that have a little moodlet down the bottom? Does that... Entering a phase. This has never happened before. Sorry, I just got parenthood and I've never... Do I get a moodlet for being in a phase? Oh. Well, apparently Alec would like us to talk about him and to stop talking about Aria. So, we're gonna do that. Sorry for neglecting you, Alec. This is Alec. And while Aria looks exactly like Candy, Alec is... While Aria looks exactly like Candy, Alec is kind of the Pepper child. So he's artsy, and he's always been artsy. And Pepper was very disappointed. She wanted one of her kids to have the mental aspiration, and none of them did. So, the trait comes here. Okay. That's cool. How long does that last for? Who knows? But yeah, he got the creatively gifted. He's an art lover. Yeah, and he's a perfectionist, so he often gets embarrassed about his own work and is really hard on himself. And his work. He's got his little easel, does paintings and things. He's got this little painting wall of paintings he's done that he likes, or that he thinks are okay, until he paints something better, and then he'll, throw them out as soon as possible because he doesn't want to see work that, he doesn't like. But yeah, him and his younger sister both have bad conflict resolution, and I don't know how that happened, but it's very funny for me. But yeah, Alec basically... Oh, sorry, I have to go into this panel. Alec is actually, not Candy's. That's why there was an asterisk there. He's not Candy's son. He's this guy's son, Christopher Ryder. Basically, before Pepper met Candy, I kind of made over some townies so that they'd be colourful, because I wanted her to, have someone colourful today, because she was mint. And so I made over Christopher Ryder, and he had a wife, and I made him over anyway. Because I don't know, I felt like it. I made him over anyway, but she ended up getting together with Candy, and having these 3 kids. Yeah, but then so basically, because you know how you go to the hospital and your needs fill up to full, but Candy was really tired because her needs didn't fill up to full because she didn't give birth. Pepper was the one who gave birth to all the kids, which is why she's living longer. Because when you're pregnant, you don't age. Pregnancy grants you immortality, didn't you know? Just be pregnant forever and then you'll never die. But, Sims. And, yeah, so the night that Aria was born, Pepper went out with Christopher, and Alec was conceived. And Alec doesn't know yet, but now that Candy's dead, I think Pepper's going to sit the family down and say... By the way, Alec was never Candy's child. Let's just ruin your worldview for that. So, Alec's storyline is that he finds out that his mum had this affair that he's the result of and just never told anyone, and that he thought they were perfect and they were loving, and they were, but Pepper just never told her that he's the result of this affair. And so he's sort of trust with love suffers from that. And so he kind of loses direction, and he goes into the politics career because Aria's in the politics career. But where Aria has always been naturally charismatic and naturally attracted to people, Alec hasn't, and so he really has to fight to sort of... Oh, sorry, I ended up in someone's face. Sorry, Anna. He really has to fight to stay in the politics career, and he sort of ends up a serial romantic because he doesn't know how to trust people in love in case they're having secret affairs and secret love childs. So... I feel really bad for him because he's about to have his... Oh, all of the siblings are together. This never happens. Like, they tend to avoid each other. But they're all in the same room talking, which is very, very strange, but kind of cute. Oh my gosh, they're all so sad. Oh, that's Aria's best friend. That Alec also knows, because he's only maybe a year younger than her in actual time, so he's friends with a couple of her friends. It's Aria's best friend in the whole world. Like, they're so close friends that Nyla called Candy to ask her out for lunch. Like, calling your best friend's mum to ask them out for lunch. Not even your best friend, but their mum. That's how close they are. And he also has kind of this romance with Bo. She invited him to the romance festival, but painted instead of talking to her. And this is the guy that Aria has a crush on. Sam, who's quite cute, and they have this aunt, Yuki, who's fabulous. How is she not an elder yet? I don't know, but she's gorgeous. They don't know their cousin. Yuki has a son who's very cute as well, that you can check in the recap if you want to. But Alec, poor baby. Oh my gosh. I have snappy little paragraphs on them as well, that I could read snappy little paragraphs. So we have social and ambitious since childhood, Aria knows she belongs in the political career, but her workaholic tendencies mean she doesn't pay much attention to the people around her, or the pain she might be causing them. And then I'm a writer, I like putting dramatic blurbs on things, it's great. Okay. Alec just found out that his mum risked her domestic bliss. Alec just found out that his mum risked her domestic bliss on a one-time affair, the result of which is him. Rattled and unmoored in love, completing his way up a career path his sister is naturally better at, Alec has nothing and no one to hold on to. They're all so dramatic. This is Anna. She's the baby. I love her hair. She's kind of... Whereas Aria's like 18 and he's like 17. She's like 14. She's quite a bit younger than them. So they were both at their parents' wedding and she wasn't even born yet. So the baby... Anna's always been aware that Aria was Candy's favourite child and creative Alec was Pepper's. Fed up with getting pushed to the sidelines, Anna is determined to get people to notice her, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. So Aria's going into the political career, either way, into the politics side. If Alec becomes the heir, he'd go into the political career, also on the politics side, but Anna would go into the political career on the charity side. She wouldn't be interested in competing with Aria. She's the rambunctious scamp of the family. So he's the creative one. Aria's the social one. Anna is our little rambunctious scamp, which she's so cute. I don't know. They're all cute. And see, also her conflict resolution is bad, and her manners are slightly... It amuses me that now they have these traits. But she's a geek and she's clumsy. And I'm thinking her last trait might be jealous. Or something, just because I like playing around with traits sometimes. And I didn't know what aspiration to give her, so she has the curator aspiration at the moment. Because she's kind of a geek. She's kind of cool. She's going through... she's kind of the emo child. Like, I love her. She's got, smoky eye mascara, and her bedroom... This is her bedroom. And she has a bar. She has this vintage glamour bar at the end of her bedroom that her parents aren't supposed to know about, but actually Pepper and Candy came up here all the time to get drinks. And I was like, no, you're not supposed to know that's there. But she has a really cool room that I like. I also like that it still has a teddy bear. and she still has these little like caterpillar bunny shelves. So it's supposed to be very cool, but she's actually like she's still little. This is Aria's room, and I've just been adding some kids stuff, not kids, what's it called, parenthood stuff pack things. And so she's kind of more sophisticated. She's got the makeup thing. She's got, you know, her massive mirror because she does all her public speaking. That is not supposed to be there. Oops. Sorry, when I was adding the parenthood things and I put those trees there, this used to hang there. And instead of deleting it, I just moved it there. I mean, I guess I could leave it there, but also that's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna quickly sell that. And Aria has some pen pals, so that's a postcard that she got. And Alec has his little arty room with his little painting wall. I don't know if I should do that. I've recorded this a lot of times because it's really hard to talk about these people without assuming you know things about them, because I know everything about their entire lives because I raised them, but you don't. So Anna, yeah, she kind of doesn't have a place in the world. Like, she has a good video gaming skill, and I'm starting to give her like a gardening skill, and she's starting to collect things, but she doesn't really know what she wants to do with her life. And so I think she'd end up, like, Aria would be like, well, I'll get you a job in a political career. And after being in that for a while, she'd be like, I don't actually want to follow you. I want to follow, you know, me. And her serial romanticing would be kind of a backlash against people. So she'd be like, yes, I can rack up all of these dates and I can get all these things, and people, you know, people like me and people think I'm cool. Because her older siblings, like Alec and Aria, fight a lot, but they're also quite a bit older than her. And so, like I'm saying, they're never in the same room together. This never happens. But it's because they're all sad and mourning their mom and they don't have anywhere to go and they're feeling like, I feel so mean, and it's not even my fault. And see, she'll never complete the soulmate aspiration because Caddy's dead. So, it makes me so sad. I guess I could give her Renaissance Sim. Because she can complete that one. But, yeah, these are my kiddos. Which one of them is gonna have to suffer through love? I mean, they're all currently suffering, and so I feel terrible about this whole situation because two of them have to leave. So Aria and Alec are both about to age up into young adults. And if they're not the heir, they'll have to go, obviously, live by themselves, probably in the city. Aria will have a cool place. And she'll obviously give everyone an apartment key, but, you know, she won't be living here anymore. And Alec, I think, will stay on for a little bit longer because he doesn't have a friend. So Aria could move in with her best friend, but Alec doesn't have a best friend. So he's kind of stuck. And everyone's gonna go mourn. I like her grave. It's cute. She would have liked the teddy bear. And Candy wore a lot of pink, which was nice. I do love Pepper's her little old person outfits. They're very amusing. I do like them. But it makes me very sad that she's old because she could die, and they're very glitchy on this step. That's okay. But yeah, who will the heir be? Vote in the poll. Oh my gosh. I don't want to end this because I feel so mean. Like, their mum died, and I didn't kill her, but, like, I knew she was going to die because I have MC Command Center, so it tells you how many days an elder has to live, and I knew, and I just, ugh. Anyway, who should the heir be? Which one of these kiddos is the best? They're going to be pinkified. I'm going to change their traits to the hot-headed snob romantic. They're going to get the serial romantic aspiration, and I'm going to add them into the political career. So whichever one of these bubbers ends up as the Rose heir, you know, we'll get to see more of them. But everyone else we won't. Something in Aria's outfit makes everyone embarrassed, but she looks too cute for me to change it, so she just embarrasses everyone. But, yeah. Gosh, that was terrible. Well, thanks for watching. Like if you liked, subscribe for more chaos. Vote in the poll down below who you think should be the heir for the next generation. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.